Hey everybody! The other day, I had something happen that made me decide to go ahead and do this quick video for you. I actually was walking out to the barn to go feed for the evening, and it was probably about 5:30, so it was still really warm out. And I came across two snakes. I haven't seen snakes around here in a really long time, especially this close to the barn or the house. And it really startled me and made me really think about, oh my gosh, I need to do some stuff around here to help prevent that. And while they were good snakes, it tells me that they're hunting mice, and if they're hunting mice, then rattlesnakes and copperheads are also coming around here to hunt mice too, and I definitely do not want that. I don't need those guys around here at all. And so I'm going to do stuff around the property in my barn to make it safer for myself, safer for my horses, and safer for the sheep. So I just wanted to share a couple of tips with you on what we're going to do and some things you can do to help deter, make an unfriendly environment for snakes so that they don't want to hang around your place, and are less likely to come around, or at least to spend much time at your place so that you don't come across them. So I am going to flip around and show you something real quick. So this is on the path coming up to my barn, and this is very unacceptable. You can see how tall this grass has gotten. We've had a lot of rain, and so it grows really quickly right now. It's spring. And here in Texas, spring and warm mean lush grass growth. So I have been able to go in with a push mower and kind of do around the buildings and on the path, but all this right here is way too tall for the push mower. So we're going to have to get the shredder out and knock this stuff down, because not only does this provide hiding place for snakes, because you cannot see them, but it also provides a lot of places for rodents as well. And so I want these areas to be clear, because I want to see snakes coming if they are there, and just make sure that there's not little critters in there for them to hunt. So this is the first tip, is definitely you want to clean up areas around your buildings. Make sure that you don't have tall grass for them to come in and hunt in. And here we are in the barn. I just had gravel brought in. I'm so excited because we used to just have a dirt floor in here, and it would get really muddy during very wet weather, which we have had a lot of in the last year. And there's tip number 2. Keep kitty cats. Barn cats are excellent for keeping snakes away. When we didn't have a cat outside by our house, we used to have several cats that were outdoor kitties. They would go indoor and outdoor. We never ever saw snakes around our house. But when we stopped letting them go outside and just kept them inside, that very next summer we started seeing snakes around close by the house. So this is our barn kitty. This is Raindrop. Hey Raindrop. Hi kitty. Come say hi. This is Raindrop, and she's a really good hunter, and she actually even hunts rabbits. I've seen her catch a rabbit too, a small one, but she does a good job kind of keeping mice in check. And I just give her a little bit of food here at the barn, just to kind of keep her here. But other than that, she's left to hunt, so she gets just a very little bit to make more incentive for her to hunt and look for mice. So not only do they kind of keep the snakes away, because they will hunt snakes as well, but they also will keep away a little bit doesn't like her. They'll keep away the mice that the snakes are eating. So let me show you on to tip number 3. And this is our feed area. I put gravel down in here. And then the other thing I did, and this was a tip from my husband, he used to work for Terminix, and he told me that diatomaceous earth is a great snake deterrent, because it gets in between the scales and it causes a lot of irritation. And so they don't like to come across areas that have that. So they might still come in the area, but they aren't going to hang around long. And as you can see, I have everything up on poles to keep things out of the water, because we do have a lot of water come through here, and I wasn't sure how the gravel was going to be if it got wet, and so I wanted to keep the cans up above the moisture. So there's hiding places under there for critters. So one thing that he told me to do is make sure that I spread a bunch of diatomaceous earth on the ground underneath all those spaces so that it's not a good place for snakes to be, and also keeps insects away. But you want to make sure that you get the places where the ground and the wall meet, or any obstacle, because that's where the snakes and rodents travel along those places. That's their little highways. So you can get a huge bag of diatomaceous earth. That's blackjack. So we have two kitties. I have this huge bag of diatomaceous earth that I got at our local nursery. So you can get these usually at any local nursery. We'll have accessible large bags of diatomaceous earth. It's not food grade, so this is not stuff that you're going to, feed your animals or anything. So you want to, make sure that it's not accessible to your animals to get in. But, around your feed areas, along the walls and stuff, make sure you put a heavy dusting of it and reapply it regularly. And that brings me to tip number 4. I think that's 4. If I'm counting right, is peppermint essential oil. Can you see that bottle? There it says peppermint right there. Peppermint essential oil is very, very intense smelling. If you've opened a bottle of pure essential oil, peppermint essential oil, you know it's very, very strong smelling. And the active ingredient, or active constituent in peppermint, is menthol. So it gives you an idea of how strong it is. Well, rodents don't like that smell. It's very intense, and so when you put peppermint essential oil out, they will tend to stay away from the areas where it is, because it's just too much for them. So what I do is I'll take some carrier oil, because the pure oil, the molecules are so small that they dissipate into the air very quickly. So I want to use a carrier oil to help those essential molecules stay on the area where I put them a little bit longer. Slows that process down. So I added some carrier oil, and then I just kind of basted some of the wood so that the wood can absorb that peppermint, especially in places where rodents are likely to be, like in those spaces underneath. I put the oil up underneath those cans in the feed area where maybe some feed will drop, any place that mice will be likely to kind of go in. And the other thing is that insects don't like the peppermint as well. So, kind of keeping spiders away and things like that, that's a good thing to use peppermint oil for as well. You can put it on cotton balls and stick it in your feed bins, or you can stick it in your tack boxes, things like that, or get a block of wood, put them in the corners. You want to make sure that you're using the planes where they travel along their little highway. So you put it in places where they're going to run into it, and then they kind of smell it and they go away. So that's what I've been doing around here. Working really hard to keep the nasty pests away, because we don't want those unwanted visitors this spring or summer. And I have a feeling it's going to be one of those years where we want to do as much as we can to keep them away, because I don't want to see them, and I'm sure you don't either. So I hope these tips inspire you to do some cleanup around your barn and take advantage of some of these little tips, and I hope they help you. So I'll see you later. Bye.